So over the last lectures, you learned how to run your React Native app on a simulator or a real device. Here I got it running on an Android simulator next to an iOS simulator, and this is basically the setup I'll use to basically show all the changes. Now, one important thing about both the simulators and the real device. I will have a debugging section later in the course where I show you how you may debug your application. But there's one important thing you should know right away. When running your simulators, you can press Command or Control, depending on which platform you're on, Command or Control M on the Android simulator to open this debugging or developer menu here. There you can reload your app, which you can do when you edited your code. But you can also turn on live reload, which is useful for automatically reloading the app whenever you edited code, so that you don't have to manually do that. Or you turn on hot reloading, which means it will live reload, but it even tries to avoid this and just change the view you're currently viewing. Mostly useful when you're just changing some styling. We also got some other tools here, and I will dive into some of them later in this course in the debugging section. For now, let's turn on hot reloading. Now, on your Android simulator, this was Command or Control M. On a real device, you of course can't press this. There, you simply have to shake the device to open the developer menu. On the iOS simulator, you could also shake the device too, but this doesn't work here. It only works with the real device, or you simulate a device shake here, shake gesture. Then you open the developer menu on iOS 2, but shaking is only required if you run it on a real device. Here we use a simulator, and there you can also press Command or Control D. So, Command M on Android, Command D on iOS. The result's the same, you get this developer menu, and you can turn on hot reloading here too. So with that, I now got the simulators to run in a state where they should automatically reload when we change something. Let's simply try this out by going back to our development environment. I'll shrink this built-in terminal here. And now I will simply edit this here. So I'll remove all that text and enter a new one. Here, text. Simply say something changed, and let's see if something did change. Make sure to save the file. And saving this should automatically reload the app on your devices. And it does. One important note, for this to be automatically reloaded, you need to keep this terminal, which was opened automatically when you ran npm run Android or npm run iOS. You need this process running. You shouldn't exit out of it. You can kill it with Control C, but if you do so, your app will no longer reload. You will no longer automatically fetch new versions of your app. This fetching works because in development mode, when your React Native app is compiled for development, you don't just get the compiled version of your app as you will later ship it, but React Native also adds a little development hook into your native app, so to say, a hook which is able to connect to this development JavaScript server and fetch updates to the code. So this is just a convenience function. Of course, this will not be included once you build your app for production. So that's the setup I'm going to use for the next videos. And with that, let's finally dive into the components and let's do more exciting things than just outputting something changed.